Hey kids, are you ready for a super cool story? Today, we're going on a time travel adventure. We're zooming back, way back, over 2,300 years ago. We're going to meet a really awesome guy named Alexander the Great. Guess where Alexander was born? In a place called Pella. Pella was the capital of Macedonia, a kingdom in ancient Greece. Imagine a city with big palaces and lots of people wearing togas. Now, let's talk about Alexander's mom and dad. His dad was King Philip II, a really strong and powerful king, and his mom was Queen Olympias, and she was super smart and strong-willed too. Together, they made a royal pair, ruling their kingdom with lots of care. When Alexander was just a tiny baby, people said he was special. Legends told that he would do great things. Imagine being a baby and already being famous. As he grew up, Alexander loved to learn. He read scrolls and looked at maps. He was so curious, always asking why and how. His brain was like a sponge, soaking up all he could know. And guess what? His teacher was Aristotle. Yeah, the Aristotle, one of the smartest people ever. Imagine going to school and your teacher is a world-famous philosopher. When Alexander turned 12, he got an amazing birthday gift. His dad gave him a horse named Bucephalus. They became best friends, riding fast in the wind. Their friendship would never end. But then something sad happened. Alexander's dad, King Philip, was assassinated. That means someone took him away forever. So, at just 20 years old, Alexander became the king. He put on his crown, ready to rule the town. Being king wasn't easy peasy. Some people didn't want to listen to such a young king. But Alexander was strong and smart, and he won their hearts. Alexander had a big dream. He wanted to unite all of Greece and share its cool culture with the world. So he put on his armor, took his sword, and set out the door. He led his army to new places, meeting lots of new faces. He was really good at battles, like a chess player winning all his rattles. One of his biggest wins was against the Persian Empire. Imagine beating a team that's super tough, and you're the underdog who's had enough. Alexander was the hero of the day, making the Persians go away. But Alexander wasn't just about winning. He wanted people from different places to live together, like mixing all the colors to make a beautiful feather. He even built cities, and guess what he named them? Alexandria, after himself. These cities were like big melting pots, where people could share their ideas. In Egypt, people thought he was so cool that they made him their pharaoh, their ultimate ruler. Imagine being so awesome that a whole country thinks you're a god. Here's a fun fact, kids. Have you heard of the Gordian knot? It was a super complicated knot that no one could untie, but Alexander just sliced it with his sword. Oh my. Alexander's empire grew really big. It stretched all the way into Asia, like a tree growing bigger and bigger. But his soldiers were tired and missed their home. Their hearts began to roam. So Alexander decided it was time to turn back. He wanted to go home, following his own track. But then something really sad happened. Alexander got really sick and couldn't get better, not even a tick. Even though he died young, he left a big mark on the world. People still talk about him a lot, and everywhere. He spread Greek culture far and wide. In history books, his story forever tied. So kids, what do you think? Alexander's story is pretty amazing, right? He shows us that no matter how young you are, you can do big things, like a shining star. That's the end of our story today. But don't be sad. Don't be gray. We'll be back with more tales to say. Until then, keep dreaming and playing. Let your imagination keep swaying.